Welcome. Today I will be paraphrasing, summarizing, and sharing for the May 12th Al-Anon readings in Courage to Change and a Little Time for Myself. We'll begin with the Serenity Prayer and 3 mindful breaths. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. We'll take a moment and look this over. The question is, where do I experience abundance today? And in the passage, the person talks about what their idea of abundance was at the beginning of them working their program and now what abundance means to them. They realize now that abundance encompasses a lot more, and they say that their sponsor helped them realize that. So it used to be like food, clothing, money, and now it's that plus art, music, poetry, technology, people being kind to each other, a flower, anything in nature. Today's reminder: abundance is more than getting what we want. It's about appreciating what our higher power has offered us. It says, with recovery and gratitude, we feel abundance. Sorry, I had something on my, like a fuzz or something. The quote is from How Al-Anon Works for Families and Friends of Alcoholics. We can cherish each and every day because they are filled with blessings. So where do I experience abundance today? I don't even know where to begin. My life is full of abundance, and as it says in the passage, a lot of it has to do with gratitude and me being an Al-Anon for 12 years. So just the fact that I'm sitting here on a Monday, I'm filming this on a Monday, and that I have time to speak with you is miraculously different from different times in my life. And understandably so, because now I'm older and things change. But the roof over my head, the iced coffee I have sitting next to me, the clothes that are on my body, the fact that I can breathe on my own, the birds singing, the break in the rain that is happening right now. The fact that my car works, the fact that I just came back from the grocery store, which is a building full of food. Talk about abundance, just a building full of food. You can choose what you want. Of course, you have to pay for it. So that's another form of abundance. It's not having, I don't think of it as having like more than I need. I think of abundance as having what I need. I guess that's the difference, is that to me, I feel like there's so much abundance in my life because I have what I need. That's where I am experiencing abundance today. And I will take a moment and look this over. There's a note on here. I'm gonna send my my sponsor a message because today is an anniversary for her. I'm gonna read this. Fact. This is about believing in a higher power. This person begins by saying that it's easy for them to doubt the existence of anything greater than themselves. But then they think about how they were guided to Al-Anon when they were at their darkest point. They think about the times that music lyrics have made them feel so connected and understood. They think about the people who share at meetings so authentically about their deepest concerns. And then it says they doubt their doubts. Today's reminder: when we feel distanced from our higher power, it is suggested that we listen carefully, that we listen at our meetings, we listen to music, we listen to wisdom in our literature, and because we never know where an important message will come from. And the quote is from Sidney Lovett. Whenever you look at something that's not made with human hands, like anything in nature, a mountain, a star, a stream, it becomes much easier to understand that we're not alone in the world. An important part of working our program is forming some kind of understanding of what our higher power is. And as I've said before, that can be genderless. It can have a gender. It doesn't have to have a gender. It can be our program. Your higher power could be our program. Your higher power could be, for me, it's the connection of all things. And sometimes I say the connection of all living things because I'm still trying to figure that out. But the good news is we can believe whatever we want to believe about our higher power as long as we are working towards some kind of understanding that there is something greater than we are, that we are not in control of uncontrollable things. And once we have that, it's such a huge relief, because I remember times in my life when I just felt the weight of the world, and it was a false. I didn't have to feel that way because what I thought were my responsibilities were not. They were actually things that were out of my control. The things that I can control are my attitudes, my perceptions, my actions. It doesn't seem like a lot, but actually, when I focus on it, it's a lot, and it's a full-time job. And I'm only laughing because, like, it's an ongoing process, and every day there are at least 10 things that I think I could have done differently, but that's okay. That's okay. at least I'm reflective and accepting and willing to continue to work on them. We'll close out with the serenity prayer and 3 mindful breaths. Here we go. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Sending you love. Take care.